What is up, people? Today I wanted to do a super quick thing. I'm not the first person to do this, but everybody's always asking me about my gear, what I use, what I don't use, what stick company I'm with, all of that stuff. So I wanted to give you a video, what's in my stick bag. So I'm going to tell you what is in my stick bag. As you'll see here, it's this beautiful Vic Firth Stick Bag. That's because I'm a Vic Firth endorser, so as you'll guess, most of this stuff will be Vic Firth. If that doesn't interest you, that's crazy, but I'm so sorry to hear that, and I'm going to talk about it anyway. But this is a great stick bag. It's huge. It fits a ton of stuff. This is the one that I have that I take on the road. So I have another stick bag that I keep around town that's a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller. But this is what goes out on the road with me. It stays in my hardware case, except for this video. It usually never leaves, and it just has a ton of stuff in it. So first I'll walk you through the sticks, and then I'll walk you through some of the other stuff. So firstly, most of this, since when I'm touring, usually it's being in Nashville, it's like loud country or pop rock type stuff. In this stick bag, I have a bunch of Vic Firth Extreme 5Bs. Just a ton, just kind of thrown in there, doing it. I also have a couple pairs of Vic Firth Barrel Tip 5Bs. These are actually the sticks I play most often, but when I'm playing festivals or just really loud shows, I find the Extreme 5B gives me a little more oomph, you know, and I have to work a little less hard to get a big, huge, loud sound. But these Barrel 5Bs are what fills my bag that I keep in town because, you know, typically when I'm playing in Nashville, they're smaller shows, smaller venues, so I have something that's a little more lightweight and gets a little more cymbal definition with this barrel tip. So, yeah, those are the sticks that you can find in there. Got a couple of pairs of brushes. I have the live wire brushes, and then these white brushes that honestly I've had since I was, I've probably had these since I was 16. So I've had these over 10 years. It's insane to me that these brushes still live. But most of the time I'm playing these live wire brushes, and again, this is not my jazz stick bag, so these brushes are a little bit more for train beats and then like just louder situations that I'm playing brushes in. So yeah, that's that. I have a pair of hot rods. The Root 606s by Vic Firth. These are great. They're hot rods. They do what they do. Or I guess they're roots. But I also, lastly, as far as sticks go, I have a pair of Vic Firth Mallets for cymbal swells. Every now and then on toms. But these are great. To be honest, these are so old and they've held up so well, I don't even know the model number on these or the name because it's rubbed off. But these are awesome. Yeah, it's great. So that's like all the stick stuff. So I want to get to you. So when I fly, what I'll usually do is I'll pull out a couple pairs of sticks. I have a little tiny Vic Firth stick bag that fits like 4 pairs of sticks and some mallets and brushes. And what I'll do is I'll pull out some sticks, put them in the bag, and then from here I'll also grab this bag. And this bag has all my trinkets in it. I have some other stuff in here that stays in the stick bag, but when I fly I pull out this little trinket bag and the sticks and brushes go in a really small one, and I'm done. I don't have to have a huge big stick bag. It's just a simple little, I can throw it in my backpack, I can throw it in my carry-on, and I'm good to go. But, so what's in this trinket thing are the most important thing. Other than the sticks I'm playing, this is the most important stuff I have in my stick bag. So, I'll walk you through it. One, a drum key. And it's a big drum key because I find that I don't want to ever have to search for a drum key. So this is big and it can't really hide well, so it just goes there and I know where it is at all times. Drum key. I have a drum wallet. This goes on every snare drum I play live. I have a YouTube video that I made a while ago. It's not the highest quality like production, but it gets the point across that the drum wallet is awesome. This Velcro goes on the snare drum. This little beanbag flips up onto it, and it just kind of sits on the snare drum, and I don't have to use moon gel, I don't have to use gaff tape, just this. So if I bring a big fat snare, I can flip this down, put the big fat snare on, play it, and then when I'm done, flip this back up. It's awesome. The drum wallet is amazing. It goes on every snare drum that I use when I'm on the road. That's why that's also important to be in my trinket case. Hi-hat clutch. I've been in a lot of situations where the hi-hat clutch either wasn't there or it just wasn't a good hi-hat clutch. Because the last thing I want to do in the middle of a set is fix the hi-hat clutch because this wing nut down here like unscrewed itself and fell apart, and now the hi-hats don't open and close. Lame. So I really like this. It's made by Remo. It's called, I think, the quick release clutch or quick clutch. And basically, to get it off, all you do is, instead of like unscrewing 100 things and it taking forever, you just push and turn, and it comes off like that. You have your other felt, you have a spring to adjust the, you know, how much the hi-hat moves. Then you put it back on, put it on, twist, or push, and then twist. And just like that, your hi-hat's on. That thing's awesome. That is never gonna back out. You're never gonna have your hi-hats become all crazy because the clutch gave out or whatever. Remo, that's one of the best products they make, in my opinion. What else? Moon gel. Pretty self-explanatory. Everyone's seen moon gel. This is a super pro tip. I oftentimes, if I'm flying somewhere, I'm playing a backline kit somewhere, they'll have cymbal stands, which is cool. I like that, but a lot of times they won't have felts, but even more frequently they'll have felts, but the piece of plastic that sits on the stand that keeps the hole in your cymbal from rubbing or vibrating against metal all night, that washer or sleeve is totally worn out. So I always travel with a couple of extra cymbal stand sleeves so that I know for sure if I get there, I don't have to put my 22-inch Constantinople beautiful ride. I don't have to put that up on a stand where it's going to be metal against metal all night and run the risk of keyholing or, you know, damaging my cymbal. These cost like 20 cents, you know what I mean? It's definitely worth it to carry a couple of these so that you're never in that situation and you're never going to damage your, you know, couple $100 cymbal. So, got a couple of those. I have a Remo, you know, kick drum head badge, for whatever that is worth. And then I also have a Tama, Iron Cobra, or Speed Cobra. I play both. Bass drum spring. I've had bass drum springs break before, and if there's no backup bass drum pedal, it's not ideal at all, but you can replace the spring pretty quick if you have a pair of pliers. So, that's that stuff. And remember, when I fly, when I'm really just bringing bare essentials, I do the sticks in a small stick bag, and then that stuff I just showed you. And it all goes in this bag. I'm good to go. That's all I need. But I also have some additional stuff, and let's see. I have a little toolkit. It's got some screwdrivers, pliers, an Allen wrench, just a couple little odds and ends to make sure that I can fix stuff that needs to be fixed on the road. Oh, and when I'm flying, I also have, so I have the little trinket bag, I have my sticks and my mallets, and then I also fly with a kick drum beater. And this is the VF, what is it called? It'll be in the description. If you want any of these details, you can actually go to my website, timbuellmusic.com/stickbag, and there will be a PDF of all this stuff and links and all that stuff. So, I can't remember the Vic Kick. Haha, see, I was just buying time to get to that answer. This is the felt Vic Firth Vic Kick beater, and I actually don't fly with a pedal or ever, if I know there's going to be a pedal somewhere, I never bring my own pedal because it's another thing to carry. I just need a good beater that has a weight that I like, and I really like this weight. This is a cool kick, and the cool thing is that it's very slender. So this actually goes really well in a stick bag or something. It doesn't take up too much room. So I always travel with one of those too when I'm flying because I don't have to bring a pedal, I can just bring this beater and I'll be in good shape. So that's also in there. And then last but not least, I have just some random odds and ends. I have another cymbal stand sleeve. I have some felts. Because those are kind of important from time to time. And then Tama has these quick release cymbal stands, so instead of screwing a wing nut off, you just like put this on. I like them. They make it easier to take cymbals on and off, and if I ever really need typically I'm not hitting a cymbal so hard I'm afraid of it like flying off, but if I ever am for some weird reason, I have those. So that is what's in my stick bag, and again, Vic Firth is the way to go. I mean, these sticks put up against, you know, and I don't want to like plot like. I know, I'm like a Vic Firth artist, so it's like, oh, he's just like talking about... But they really are the best, in my opinion. Like, they really do, you know, not only are they nice people in the world, but like their gear is so amazing. This kick drum beater, their sticks, it holds up. I've had that pair of brushes for over 10 years, you know? That's amazing to me. So that's what's in my stick bag. Write in the comments what's in your stick bag. And then again, go to my website, timbuellmusic.com/stickbag. And there will be a PDF of, you know, all of these resources listed out, and you'll be able to download that, and it'll have links and all of that good stuff. But yeah, right now go into the comments and tell me what's in your stick bag. Ask me any questions about something you saw there, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next lesson.